Hello, this is Clean Coach Carly. I'm the staff nutritionist at Healthy Habits Living, and I have a quick quiz for you today. So, which ones of your cells need phosphatidylcholine? And phosphatidylcholine is sometimes called PPC or just PC. Which one of your cells, which groups of cells? So, your heart cells, your brain cells, your hair, skin, and nails, your immune cells, your cells in your joints, which ones need phosphatidylcholine? Okay, I'm going to give you a hint. All of them. All of your cells need phosphatidylcholine. Specifically, your cells have a membrane on the outside of them that is kind of like a protective layer. And you have to build that protective layer out of healthy fats, specifically phosphatidylcholine. If you don't have a healthy cell membrane, the cells are not as safe, so they can be invaded, and also they can't communicate very well with each other, and that's called cell signaling. Now, we think about cell signaling as a problem for children who have autism. We also think about that as a problem with aging, Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's. And I think about it for myself, I'm someone who's had 5 head injuries, and 3 of them are still visible, so scarred. There's damage still on brain scans. And I've also had Lyme disease, which has an effect on your brain. And so I think about that for prevention of developing any cognitive issues, and also just for healing that damage that has occurred earlier in my lifetime. So, in other words, we do think about it for people who have disease states per se, but we also think about it just for those of us who want to stay sharp and prevent any cognitive or brain disorders. So where do we get phosphatidylcholine? Now, if we're not going to take it in a supplement, which is actually what I recommend, but if you wanted to try to just get it from food, the biggest source of choline is from eggs, specifically egg yolks. The second best source of choline or phosphatidylcholine is from pig liver. So I know none of you are likely eating pig liver. We do, however, usually eat eggs. The issue is eggs really don't have that much phosphatidylcholine in them. And so if you're trying to get a therapeutic dose, like the dose that's been studied in medical studies, you're going to have to take a supplement. So the medical studies show that you need around between 1,000 milligrams, which is 1 gram, or 4,000 milligrams, 4 grams. So eggs have around 100 milligrams per yolk. So you can see that would be very challenging. Here's another place that you can get phosphatidylcholine, lecithin. Now, you've probably heard of lecithin, and it's a great brain food. Now, that is true, but lecithin and phosphatidylcholine are not the same thing. There is phosphatidylcholine in lecithin, but lecithin also has other healthy fats in it that aren't phosphatidylcholine. So if you're trying to get, again, a therapeutic dose of phosphatidylcholine, you're going to have to take a supplement. Now, if you have your lecithin, that's great, put it in your coffee or your tea or your smoothies or whatever, but that's not going to be high enough doses. It's still a great food, but it's just not high enough doses. Now, if you're going to take a supplement, of course, I recommend Nutrasal's PPC, phosphatidylcholine. It is literally the only one in the United States, and it's imported from Europe, that is pharmaceutical grade. So it's highly purified. So whereas lecithin is not very purified, and it has a little bit of phosphatidylcholine and then other healthy fats in it, Nutrasal's PPC is highly purified, so all you're getting is a steady dose of phosphatidylcholine, and you know the actual dose. Whereas with lecithin, you don't really know what dose of phosphatidylcholine you're getting. So in Nutrasal's adult dose, it's 3 capsules, and that's going to give you around 3,000 milligrams. So they're around 900 milligrams per capsule. And like I said, medical studies show between 1 and 4. Okay, 1 and 4 grams is the therapeutic dose for brain signaling and increasing phosphatidylcholine in your brain and in your bloodstream. The liquid phosphatidylcholine that Nutrasal offers is only 1 teaspoon. That's a small dose. It's 5 ml, and that is also 3,000 milligrams. Now, here's the pros of the liquid. The liquid is only 1 teaspoon. You can hide it in a hot drink, which is kind of nice because it kind of melts in there because it's a fat. A lot of people like to put it in coffee or tea. You can also put it in a smoothie and blend it up and emulsify it with your other ingredients, so that helps. The issue, though, is it doesn't really taste that great. So there's no flavoring, and so it pretty much tastes like, just kind of straight fat with a little bit of bitterness. So that can be somewhat of a challenge, but always when you're going with the liquid, you're going to be saving money because you're not having to pay for it to be put in the gel cap. Now, here's the benefits and the drawbacks to the gel caps. The gel caps are tasteless. You can't taste anything, but they are slightly bigger than what you would consider a normal gel cap size. So they're pretty big, but they are not a tablet and they're not a standard capsule. And so they're pretty smooth and easy to swallow. Now, the 3 capsules is the 3,000 milligrams. And I know that some of you are going to want to go higher than 3,000 milligrams. And that's specifically indicated for dementia. If you're familiar with Dale Bredesen's work, he recommends a very high dose of phosphatidylcholine. The issue is that phosphatidylcholine is a fat, and of course our bodies have to digest those, and if you take too much at one time, you are likely to develop nausea, diarrhea, and some people can develop over time a fishy odor to their body or their breath. So here's how you can kind of sidestep those issues. You want to start slowly, so I recommend that you take 1 capsule with each meal. So that's your 3 capsules, you're at 3,000 milligrams. Then, if you have any of the side effects, the diarrhea or the nausea or anything, then consider adding in a lipase enzyme. Lipase is the enzyme that your own body makes to help you digest fats. Now, maybe your pancreas needs a little help, so you could take an additional lipase enzyme supplement to help with that PPC digestion. You can also go down the route of looking at how your liver is doing in your gallbladder. So those are things that, we can talk about separately in a private consult if you want to work with me. So it's not to say that you can't go higher than the 3,000 milligrams. It's just that you want to start low and slow so that your body can acclimate and actually digest that phosphatidylcholine so you can actually use it and you don't develop those side effects. So at Healthy Habits Living, we're always here to provide you with the highest quality information and the highest quality supplements so that you can get the best results. And in particular, we're teaching you how to preserve the brain function that you have and optimize it and even improve on it with Nutrasal's PPC. And thank you for listening to this wonderful video. We are here always to help you get healthy so that you can stay healthy and be healthy.